Retell AI have just released a brand new feature called the Conductor. This is the sort of page that just came out about this feature. And ultimately, this is their version of getting an AI to build our AI voice agents for us. If you're not familiar with Retell AI, they're a voice agent development platform that I've been using for quite a while and I've created a lot of videos around. Really, it just looks like this feature is just combating all of the Claude Code that you see out there now, where we can get Claude Code to then hit the Retell AI APIs to build our voice agents for us. But instead of jumping over to Claude Code and getting it to build the voice agent, they've now got an agent built into the platform, which we can then talk to update our prompts, build our prompts from scratch, and a bunch of other stuff that's all going to be native to Retell as well. You can have a read of this article of the release notes yourself if you'd like, but otherwise I'm going to jump straight into Retell and check this out. So first things first, creating a brand new agent here on our agent page. We will notice in the top right corner, this sort of purple icon up here. And if I click on this, you will see the Conductor pop up at the moment. So this is just a sort of generic chat agent interface now on the right-hand side of the development builder. It says work on your flow with Conductor, review logic, refine nodes, and make updates with natural language. So once again, the whole goal here is just to be able to speed up the development workflow of building prompts or building anything else as well. I'm not quite sure if this is capable of actually building any function calls yet. I'm just going to try it out and see if it does it. But I am confident it should be able to not only build a prompt, but also make updates and edits to a prompt as well. They do have this sort of fixed message. I'm going to click what can Conductor do, just so we can have a read as to what their plan is for it. And here we go. It says it is capable of building and editing agents. So obviously the single prompt agents, conversation flow agents as well, which are the sort of the canvas nodes as well. It seems to be capable of doing as well. It looks like we are able to do configuring tools and functions through this as well. So I'll give that a try in a second. And it looks like it's also capable of actually handling a lot of the settings here as well, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to give this all a try, see what happens, see if it's any good, and see if you should be using this at all. But just generally, I do think that this is going to be the way forward. Obviously, getting AI to build our voice agents and just speed up our development workflows so that we can not only build these things faster, but most importantly, just fix issues faster. This is probably going to be the best way to do it, no doubt about it. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on the top. Looks like we got a new chat button. I'm going to create a new chat. I'm going to tell it to create a brand new agent, and then I'll play around with some of the other settings. Hey, Conductor, can you go ahead and create a whole new prompt for a sort of mock accounting company? You can come up with the use cases as to the workflows that we have in this voice agent. But if you go ahead and just create the single prompt for this agent, that would be great. Okay, just did my speech to text there. I'm going to send it off and we'll see what happens. Looks like we're getting sort of quite a lot of info as it's working through it, which is quite nice. We can see it's telling me it's reviewing it. It's created a subtask. It's researching, it's thinking. So it's sort of like a multi-agent system, which is cool. Browsing documentation, obviously good that it is natively integrated into the Retell documentation. One thing that you might know from using Claude Code to build voice agents in Retell here, if you've ever tried to do that, is that it's actually not capable of creating any functions. And that is just a limitation of the APIs into Retell itself. We can't get Claude Code to create the function calls, unfortunately. But it does seem like this should be the solution, so we can actually automate that entire process of the agent development. Anyways, here we go. So this just loaded up. It looks like it's gone through all of its reasoning. We can obviously scroll through this and actually see everything that it's doing. It's called it the Summit Ledger Accounting. I assume that's the name of the company that we're building it for. And it's gone ahead and just thought about everything that it can include here, which is pretty cool. And then all the way at the bottom, you can see the actual things that it has gone ahead and changed in the sort of agent settings here. So we can see that it actually has gone ahead and created a couple of functions. So it is capable of creating functions, should be capable of editing them as well. Global settings changed. We should be able to click into this and we can see here exactly what has changed and what they've actually added in here. But obviously these functions, we'd be able to click view. Looks like we can click into these specifically and actually see exactly what's been changed. So it seems it's just created this function. And if we click on the view current, we can actually see the difference between what has actually changed. So I'm not exactly sure what's changed here or why it's done so, but looks like it's made a bit of a modification there. And then transferring of the call. So this whole function call was created just by the AI. This is not something that's natively for every agent. If I click on view current, you'll see that there was no original function. So the AI has created the entire thing here. And you can see that it has obviously obviously use case specific routing for the transfer of the call. So if there is a new client, somebody inquires about bookkeeping, tax, or billing, it looks like it is decided to handle that through a call transfer with that text there. So that will get transferred to somebody. Anyways, pretty cool that we are actually able to create function calls through this as well. So if you do have a webhook that sends off to book an appointment or something, I assume you'd be able to give it to the agent. It's going to be able to set up the entire function call for you. So that's probably going to save you a lot of time. Next to the functions, or at least the change that it's made, you can see we can click view, which once again just takes you over here. If we click X, I would assume that that is just denying that if we don't want to make that change, or we don't want to add those functions. But if we click the tick right here, it looks like we are going to be confirming that change. So we can actually submit that in just a second and confirm that we want to have that added to our agent. The next change that it made was speaking after silence. I can click into here to see exactly what this change made is. And when clicking this, it takes us to the bottom left right here, where we can see exactly what it decided to make the change for. And pretty much what it changed is it just made it so that the agent actually speaks first when you call into this system. And we assume that that would be a change that it's made because it has created a receptionist system here. You're calling into an AI receptionist. You want the agent to speak first as opposed to the AI waiting for the user to speak first. And so that's why you can see here, if I hover over the one change, it changed the start speaker from the user to then the agent. And that's the change that we see at the bottom left. Then below this, you'll see the beginning message. So that's just our welcome message. Hover over this, you'll see what it created. So we didn't have one initially, but then it created one that says, "Thank you for calling Summit Ledger Accounting. This is Riley. How can I help you today?" Perfect. So I added in the fake name. So I can just once again approve both of these. And then of course we have the entire prompt that it just created as well, which we can have a skim through. Obviously, if you're building this for a real business, you'd want to give the conductor on the right side as much context about the business as possible and really tell it about all the details as to the workflows and everything that you'd want to include, just so that you can get a prompt that's more relevant to your use case. But otherwise, you can just go ahead and look through this prompt, make sure that it seems relatively reasonable for what you're building, and then ultimately just calling it and testing it and just seeing if it does what you'd expect it to. And that's going to be the best way to get the results out of it. So if I just click accept remaining at the bottom here, we should then just be able to hit submit, and all of these changes should now take effect. And we see the agent is just wrapping up as well. And there we go. So we now have a fully created agent in the entire system prompt right here. We've got a transfer call function, which is embedded into this agent as well with the proper first message set up. So we can go ahead and give this a call and see how it sounds.
Thank you for calling Summit Ledger Accounting. This is Riley. How can I help you today?
Hey, I was just looking to see if I could get some information around your bookkeeping services.
Yeah, we do offer bookkeeping services as part of our core packages. We handle monthly transaction categorizing, account reconciliations, financial statements, and can coordinate with payroll and tax. For exact pricing and options, our new clients team puts together a custom quote. Are you mainly looking for bookkeeping for a business or more personal, side gig type income?
Okay, there we go. Obviously, we can push it as hard as we want, but you can see there it was obviously got enough relevance about the inquiry that I gave it. As for doing your smaller optimizations to get it to sound better or stuff like that, that's obviously going to be through a lot of the other settings. At the moment, we're using the default Chimo voice, which is quite a popular one. You've probably heard it before. We could obviously change that for something that maybe isn't so popular. One thing that did recently come through from Retell is the expressive mode at the bottom here, which I do quite like and would recommend turning on. If we turn expressive mode on, hit save. Okay, jumping back into the conductor, one thing it seems to be recommending me is actually verifying the agent with some simulation tests. So Retell has their own simulation feature. At the top of the page, we can see the simulation button. If you click into this, you can see there are the ability to create test cases. Test cases are sort of versions of the conversation that could occur. Somebody wants to book an appointment, somebody wants to get a text, somebody wants to transfer the call, just different scenarios that could occur is essentially what a test case could be. And so we could create multiple different test cases and then have those conversations with our agent to see if it successfully handles that case. Previously, we'd have to manually create these test cases, which obviously takes quite a lot of time, but our agent here is recommending it to create them for us. So I'm going to go ahead and just see if that works. Hey, Conductor, if you could please go ahead and create 10 different simulation tests to test our agent against, that'd be great. Okay, so it seems to be at work now, creating 10 different test cases. We can see it's even saying it's writing 10 test cases. So that's pretty great that it is capable of doing this. And we'll see in just a second exactly what we can get out of it. Okay, and here we go. Supposedly it is now complete. It tells us that we now have a bunch of different test cases to see here. Looks like we've got a few different happy paths, which is just testing the sort of stuff that should work. And then some edge cases as well, trying to sort of trick it and break it and stuff like that. So if we jump over to simulation, we can now see 10 different, or should be about 10 different test cases here, which is great. You can see here, these should align with what it told us it just created, which is perfect. Now, it doesn't look like it is yet to actually run these tests in the batch testing history. There's no actual testing history, but it is recommending itself to also do the testing, which is great. So I'm just going to tell the agent to run the tests for me. Yes, please run all 10 of these tests. Okay, I've now sent that off, and supposedly it should now actually run the tests as well. There we go, running tests. Nice graphic here as well. 10 tests are running and in the pending stage, which is pretty cool. And yeah, we'll just give this a couple seconds or a couple minutes and we'll see what happens. All right, and here we go. The 10 tests have just run, and I'm pretty impressed, to be honest, that it went ahead and just ran all of these tests. Did it very quickly as well. If I jump over to the batch testing history, we can see the 10 test cases that went through. If I click into this, we can see this as well. If I click into this, we can even see the conversation that happened with the agent relevant to that as well. So I'm pretty impressed how quickly it was able to do that. We can see here one of them also failed, which is one that we can obviously then dive a bit deeper into to take a look at exactly why it thought that it failed. But to be honest, we probably don't even need to be the ones to make that change. We can see right here, the agent itself captured the failure. So multiple requests in one call, supposedly is a misjudgment on an agent bug. I'm not exactly sure what that means. The caller provides their name, but the agent does not confirm or ask for it directly. The agent does not use the caller's name in conversation. So slight sort of mix up with the prompt or something like that. So I guess what I could do right now is just say, can you please create another couple of test cases specifically around that issue, run them again, and then make some updates to the prompt to fix it. But just based on how quickly I was able to get those tests created, get those tests ran, and then get all that data back as well, does really show what the future of developing these voice agents is, which is going to be using an agent-like interface like this, where we are just going to be consistently sort of hammering our agents with a bunch of test cases to really break them as much as we possibly can, get that feedback, and then just improve it and improve it over and over again. So if we can develop it that quickly, we should be able to get these voice agents built quite robust, quite quickly as well. The last thing that I want to test here is just getting the Conductor to configure some of the Retell settings as well. So there's quite a few settings in the middle of the page here. Let's say I wanted to change the response eagerness down to, let's say, 0.5 or something. I'm going to go ahead and just see if it's capable of doing that. Hey, can you change the response eagerness down to 0.5 instead of 1? Okay, and here we go. We've now got the pop-up as well, and it looks like it's even selected that. I can click accept, and there we go. Obviously, that's now changed. Very simple thing. You could obviously do that yourself, but it kind of just speaks to the level of control that we have through this specific agent as well, because not all of the sort of specific settings are available in the API, especially function calls, which is pretty big. Using the agent natively built into this is probably going to be the best way to do it now. And one thing that I think could be quite helpful is just getting an overall analysis to the current state of your agent. So maybe you want to ask it if there's any concerns that you think about, just give it an overall high level overview, just so you can double check that the agent is set up properly. Just making sure that there are no sort of obvious issues still lying around in your agent. Maybe you've got the wrong company name in the prompt or something like that. We should be able to just get the Conductor to make that analysis. Hey, can you do a high-level overview of all the settings and all of the prompts and function calls and just everything a part of this agent? Just tell me if there's anything that I should be concerned about. So a prompt like that, we should be able to just send off to really any agents that we have, get it to review everything for us and give us back that analysis so we can just be done with our agent and then continue working on something else. And here we go. We've got a bunch of info back as to the current setup of the agent and just some things worth my attention. Obviously, I haven't put any effort into this agent, so the transfer calls are not set up to actually route to anybody, which is obviously a pretty key thing. We've got no PII set up at all. So if you are going to be capturing any bank account information, anything like that, especially because this is sort of the accounting use case, it's sort of notifying that that is something that we can do if needed. It's highlighted a couple of different settings changes as well with responsiveness and interruption sensitivity. Supposedly we've got quite a slow responsive. It's sort of detected that we have a slow responsiveness, which I changed before. It's detected that we have a slow responsiveness that I changed before, but we have quite a quick interruption sensitivity. So we sort of have conflicting settings where we want it to be quite slow and then we want it to be quite fast, and that just probably creates a bit of a weird combo. Anyways, I hope you get the point as to the Conductor. Probably one of the best ways to start building and configuring and fixing and testing these voice agents. Really everything to do with development now is probably going to be best done through an agent like the Conductor on Retell. I hope this video has been helpful in getting AI to build our AI voice agents for us. But if you are now looking to get AI to also build your entire CRM system for you, check out this video right here where I managed to get Claude Code to fully build out my CRM system for me. I highly recommend doing this and just replacing HubSpot, Go High Level, any of these tools that you're currently using. A custom built CRM is just a million times better than these tools, and it will also save you money as well.